This recipe was mainly focused on achieving a creamy, stretchy, classic mac and cheese, but without the dishes. So if you love mac and cheese but hate dishes, this recipe is for you. Not all cheeses melt the same way. Each cheese I chose serves some kind of purpose in this recipe. First, I have 1.5 cups of extra sharp yellow cheddar. This cheese will give that classic cheesy flavor and yellow color. However, as this cheese gets hotter, its proteins get tighter and tighter until they ultimately seize. This creates clumpy, grainy sauce. Which brings me to the next cheese I have, which is half of a cup of marscapone cheese. A high moisture cheese like this is going to prevent the cheddar from seizing. The last cheese I am using is mozzarella. The purpose of this cheese is to add some gooey stringiness, which will give those beautiful ribbony cheese pulls. All of these cheeses are going to work harmoniously in this sauce. This is just regular elbow pasta. Any kind of short pasta would work. As promised, this is a one-pot recipe, and I'm going to cook my pasta in my milk. As the pasta cooks, the starches will release and thicken the milk, creating a creamy base to add our cheese to. Here are 2 cups of milk. I'm also going to add my seasoning. I'm just adding traditional seasoning for a classic bowl of mac and cheese. You can add any other spices you want. For my spices, I add 1 teaspoon of kosher salt and a small shake of freshly grated nutmeg. I set my heat to medium and bring that to a gentle simmer for 10 to 12 minutes. I stir often and watch closely to make sure my milk does not boil. It is okay to lower the heat if needed at any time. Once my pasta is tender and my milk has been cooked to this consistency, I turn my heat on its lowest setting and stir in my cheese. I add my cheese in this exact order. First, the mascarpone. Also, don't forget to add your butter like I did. Stir in 1 tablespoon of butter. Next, the mozzarella. And finally, the cheddar. Once everything is nice and stirred in, I take my pot off the heat. Now you can just serve the mac and cheese just like this. However, if you're someone like me who likes baked crispy bits on the top, I have a delicious way of cheating that, and we can skip the baking. I take a couple handfuls of cheddar flavored kettle chips in a bag and I crush that with a rolling pin until the bits are a perfect size for me, and that just creates the most perfect, salty, crunchy MSG topping. Anyway, I hope you give this recipe a try, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe.